Rob McCool here, a fictional character portrayed by Ron McCoy. And as recently as 3 months ago, Rob McCool worked at Freedom Maples Elementary, a fictional school filled with fictional people. And while he was employed there, most of the time, he felt like a prisoner. Now, this feeling of being a prisoner has been relatively recent for Rob McCool, especially since certain programs have been implemented at Freedom Maples Elementary. For example, Soft Start, Brain Smart Start, and class meetings. And seemingly, it became the role of assistant principal Connie Discipline to spy on the teachers, specifically in the Blue Hall. And you may recall that Rob McCool speculated on what might have happened after he told Hilda Stool Pigeon about his views regarding Soft Start, Brain Smart Start, and class meetings. Rob just talked to me, and he was saying that he is not sure he's on board with the building initiatives. Thank you, Hilda. I'm keeping track of everything that Rob is doing and saying. Could this have been why Connie Discipline was lurking outside the doors of the teachers in the Blue Hall, specifically Rob McCool's door? Less than a year earlier, October 1st, 2023, Rob and his family had taken Beatrice McCool, their mother, out to eat. Afterwards, they brought her back to her apartment at Subtractington Place. Later that evening, though, Sandy Crowell, her daughter, my sister, received a phone call. Yes, Ms. Growell. Yes, your mom fell. It looked like she was trying to put clothes away in her closet, and she fell and she hurt her arm. We called 911. The ambulance took her to Freedom Hospital. Meanwhile, back in October 2008, Serena Peresosa, Judy Hickenlooper's much-beloved Spanish teacher, has announced to the Freedom Maples staff that the Spanish program is being discontinued in Freedom Public Schools beginning in the next school year. Spanish will still be taught for the rest of that school year through the end of 2008-2009. A very important plot point. Important because beginning with her very next lesson, Serena Peresosa announces to Rob's class, and I'm sure other classes, of a project that she was about to have them embark upon. Hola, guys! Guess what? You get to do posters showing natural disasters. You're going to be researching the natural disasters, and then you're going to be putting the information on these big sheets of butcher paper. Doesn't that sound like fun? And while Rob McCool is all in favor of the integration of multiple subject areas, he's wondering, what does this have to do with Spanish? This is muy confuso. Meanwhile, on October 1st, 2023, Rob McCool's mom is whisked to Freedom Hospital, where her arm is bandaged and put in a sling. She is then transported back to her residence in Subtractington Place by Rob's sister, Sally Growell. One problem, Beatrice McCool can't use that arm, and she must remain wheelchair bound. And back at Freedom Maples Elementary School, 2024, it is Thursday, which means team meeting day. And in this case, It's Thursday, September 5th. And at Freedom Maples Elementary School, the word team meeting tends to strike fear in every teacher's heart. The number one reason for this terror among teachers is, of course, Judy Hickenlooper. And yes, Queen Hickenlooper has become way too self-important since she became principal.
Why is no one ready?
And no one was ever truly ready to face Judy Hickenlooper in one of these meetings. Those present for the audience with the Queen were Rob's 5th grade team, Connie Discipline, the assistant principal, and Ainsley Dupre, the instructional coach. An instructional coach at one of these meetings in 2024? Why do we need her? We don't ever talk about instructional strategies. And back at the Freedom Maples of 2008-2009, instruction is also a problem, especially with regard to Spanish teacher Serena Peresosa, who has just recently announced that the Spanish program in Freedom Public Schools has been eliminated. And Rob McCool was aghast when Senorita Peresosa announced to his students that they would be working on projects involving natural disasters with nary a Spanish word in sight. And if he thought that was bad, the worst was still yet to come. And while Mr. McCool's students are toiling on their very non-Spanish natural disaster projects, Rob notices that Senorita Peresosa is perched on a stool along the periphery of the classroom, leafing through a bridal magazine. And leaping forward to October of 2023, Beatrice McCool is recovering from an agonizing arm injury, the result of yet another fall, and this arm injury seems to be worse than one she has ever endured. With the main problem being continuous swelling, along with much pain, and the result of this is limited mobility. Anytime Beatrice McCool wants to use the bathroom, she must remember to push a button to signal one of the staff members at Subtractington Place to come and help her. And on September 5th, 2024, the 5th grade team is enmeshed in a meeting with their administrators and instructional coach about the results of the iReady testing, which is a diagnostic measuring how much growth these students are making in reading and in math. And interestingly enough, it was Judy Hickenlooper who told 4th grade teachers last year not to focus on academics, instead to focus on social emotional learning. And Rob McCool, who adheres to the old school philosophy of academics should actually be taught at school, pipes up with this question. Shouldn't we be focusing on teaching great reading strategies, writing strategies, math techniques, so that we're not running around cleaning up our mess and then trying to figure out how to best remediate all of these students? While Judy Hickenlooper did agree with Rob McCool, the look in her eyes said something different. So, what is Judy Hickenlooper thinking, if anything? And what about Serena Peresosa? She's not teaching Spanish. That's going to lead to bad things as well. And Rob's mom's arm is not getting any better. What's going to happen with her situation? For the answers to those burning questions and so much more, be sure to tune in the next invigorating edition of Rob McCool's Guide to Freedom. And for more details about Rob McCool's continuing travails, yes, be sure to tune in the next edition.